So today joining me is Mrs. Sunita Rao CFA. She's the founder of SunYta and she's also a wealth coach. And on the other hand, we have Mrs. Isha Shah. She's a CFP, one of the youngest CFPs in our country. And so let's just start our today's topic. Mostly we'll be focusing on Gen Z and their investing. So let me just start by how does it feel to become a CFP at 22, and how does your friends look at you as now that you're a finance professional?
Yeah, so I actually feel very proud of myself completing CFP at just 22. And I am very grateful for the opportunities that I get from Sunita ma'am and SunYta company. I am doing podcasts, I'm writing articles. I actually give IAPs also, which is unbelievable because, before CFP, actually, I didn't do anything like this. So it's just my first experiences right now, and I feel really grateful about this.
How does it feel, Sunita ma'am, to teach or to mentor such a young CFP?
It is very beautiful journey. It was challenging also and a beautiful journey. Beautiful, why? Because I had to sit into their mindset, what they know it, and then articulate it, everything around them. The secondly is it is challenging because sometimes what I take it for granted, ki she must be already knowing. I forget that ki she is too young and she's stepping into this world of finance for the first time. So some things it was a working for myself rather less for her. So I'm very happy that she has chosen us as her coach, as her mentor, and I think I've done the justice what is required for her. I really, really wish a lot of success and glorious path ahead. You have chosen the best profession as such, the wealth creation. I'm sure you'll be happy way forward. Yeah.
Thank you.
Right. So, Isha, I just want to understand from your perspective and people generally in your age, what does being rich actually mean for you today?
So I would say for me, like being rich is owning your time, not stressing about money as much. And, being in this age, like 22, you should actually have your savings and investment on track. So you don't have to worry about anything later in life. So, the goal isn't to look rich, but to become a rich person later in life. So,
Right.
yes.
And Sunita ma'am, your perspective on this, what should be your opinion on this? Or like what should actually being rich mean at the age of 22 to 25, something in that range?
Actually, the definition of the richness of the wealth differs from person to person. But as rightly Isha has pointed out, being at the age of 22 and having time on her side, where she has a lot of time to grow her wealth. So eventually she'll become rich via the process of the wealth creation. I
Mm.
think she's the best advantages is having the time on her side. And the rest of the things she will, I'm sure she is going to do 100% justice, not only to herself, to other people around her. So the time is the valuable asset, and that
Yeah.
is what we teach in CFP also. We teach
Yeah.
time value of money. So the first and fundamental and the core concepts of financial planning framework is what we start with time value of money. And I feel that is a must. Everyone should learn that come what. You can teach
Agreed.
to a 15-year-old also or a 10-year-old, but it has to be taught. कान पकड़ के भी सिखाना पड़े तो सिखाना चाहिए है ना क्योंकि जब समझने की बात आती है तब हम नहीं समझते हैं जब एक्चुअली जब समझने लगते हैं तब तक टाइम बहुत निकल चुकी रहती है सो
Hmm.
आई थिंक दैट इज द एसेंस ऑफ इट
So you mean to say कि having a big bank balance is not actually being rich?
यस no
Right.
not exactly no, big bank balance it may make you feel rich because you can have a lot of spending opportunities you can left right center you can spend kind of everything but how long that bank balance will last for the rest of your life is what is the critical learning, which I'm sure Isha will add value to that thought process. Yes, please,
So,
Isha, you tell from here
so
on.
yeah, Isha, we would like to know your thoughts as well. So, how does a big bank balance matter to younger generation?
I wouldn't say a big balance, it matters more because, at the age of 20 to 25, people should actually invest more rather than, just seeing those big numbers in your bank balance. Because I think that when you have time, you can invest your money and the time as well in the market so that you can grow that corpus and you can enjoy the life later. I'm not saying that you shouldn't, enjoy the life right now, but I'm also saying that, there should be a balance between both. So it should go
Yeah.
simultaneously.
That's
So,
the reason why financial planners are required, right? That's the
Yes,
way the point is that the financial planners are required. Somebody to nudge and somebody to guide all the way around.
yes.
Wonderful.
does this generation confuse lifestyle with wealth? Is there a difference, or what is your opinion on how Gen Zs or a younger generation they confuse lifestyle with wealth? So means having wealth is equal to having a better lifestyle. Is that something that you agree on?
It actually
Yes.
depends. What I feel is that my generation in specific feel that an aesthetic life is more about looking rich rather than being rich. So actually, the problem arises when people can't differentiate between the two, and what matters more for a secure future also. And looking rich is just what you see on social media, just clean girl mornings and new cafes every week and everything like that. So it is meant to be shown to people. While the rich life is, it is less visible, it is quieter, but it actually matters much more than just what you are showing it to people.
So you mean to say social media is driving their investments and spending
Yeah, yeah,
decisions today?
definitely, yes. Now that I'm a CFP, I understand both the concepts really well. So I feel that investment right now is much important than just the aesthetic life that you are, going towards with. So yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
I totally agree with what Isha is telling as such, because lifestyle is a word which has been recently been bombarded too much with things.
Mm.
Quite a few years ago, if you ask anybody, everyone were living a life kind of a thing, but they didn't get it coined as a lifestyle. So suddenly it has added the fuel to the entire standard of living as such. And the moment we step out of that standard of what I'm supposed to live and I just go stretch a bit, there the damaging happens kind of a thing. And we always look to the others' lifestyle and start copying as such, and we're not seeing what actually works for the person as such. So there, as you rightly said, the lifestyle expenses is one which actually deters it. Investments do their job. They are always good. They are never wrong. It is only our lifestyle which goes haywire and which
Mm.
puts us in the wrong side of it. Yeah.
So, like, how do you suggest that a younger generation should find the balance of this? Because what I personally feel is कि when you get that first salary in your bank account, the first instinct is कि I'll just go party, I'll go on vacations, I'll do shopping. And in middle of that, if somebody comes and tells me, you know, you should start investing, that kinds of takes me, I'll do my investments later. I have a very long time. So how do you tackle that as a CFP or as a finance professional? Question to both of you.
Ma'am, you can go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. See, Pratik, you're rightly said. I've been speaking to a lot of Gen Z kids kind of a thing, trying to understand what is their thought process behind the salary concept, investments and all. So I was under the illusion that the way everything is being portrayed, they are very reckless, they are very, they're not conscious of the things, they don't think of the saving and all. Unlike that thing, I have realized that they are very smart, they are very cautious, and they're very, very clear about what they want. Only thing is that they have a different pattern of earnings. Earlier, it was a streamlined pattern of only having one fixed income kind of a thing. But now they're having a lot of other opportunities where they're having multiple streams of income, and they don't, and the jobs are also not consistent kind of a thing. That's the reason they're walking in a very straightforward, and they work with a lot of just like certainty. It's not that they are reckless kind of a thing. Even as small as if they want to go for a vacation after 2 months, they will plan well ahead kind of a thing. They know how to cut the things, when to book the tickets, what are the concessional tickets coming up. So there only the mindset is getting prepared. So I think that Gen Z is wrongly bashed about that they are reckless and they do not know anything. No, that is the age to enjoy also. So enjoyment with the investments together is the purpose of life as such. We cannot be frugal and say that yes, everything is for the post-retirement. What's the point of post-retirements when the wealth does not actually cater to your happiness at that point of time? That's my take because I teach a lot of, or in fact, I do say the words as coach, a lot of Gen Z. So when I speak to them, I see that they have a lot of sense around themselves. They're very sure what they want, despite coming from a very good backgrounds, having ancestral properties and all those things, but they are very sure that they want to set up their own path. Yes, Isha, please continue.
I
I'm
agree
sure
with
she.
ma'am said. Yes, I agree totally with her because this generation actually knows what they want and at what time do they need and they have the track of everything. But in with that they also have to track everything. They because of social media actually they are a lot more awareness has spreaded because of social media and they just what do I say? They just are influenced by it very easily. So I feel that they should also research about it themselves and also track their expenses, track their investments with it. So yeah.
Right. So
I would
you,
like to add one sentence to that, what Isha said. As rightly said, the social media is helping a lot of people in getting the awareness about the investment.
Mm.
But what we always advocate is that you should have a much more deeper learnings rather than just having a cursory knowledge. That don't put all the eggs in one basket, don't invest for a long time.
Mhm.
Rather than those cursory knowledge, they should have a deeper knowledge. So investments in a wise learning is the best investment kind of thing. Learn it once, one time learning is a lifetime learning is what we
Yeah.
propose. And so every person, despite of any background, they should invest time to learn the maths behind it. And it's the life is beautiful later.
right. So, but I personally feel because when individual who's in 21 or 22, when he starts seeing somebody talking about finance on a social media, first of all, they might get scared because that is something that they have not learned throughout their life or in school or college, and that is something very new. That is a sort of a FOMO feeling, fear of missing out. If I don't invest, will I miss this out? And the topics that you both are saying, there are different instruments, you have to plan it, you have to do the discipline and all. Sometimes that feels very overwhelming for a individual as well. So do you think that social media influencers, even though it's not organized, it's like a stepping stone of starting your investment journey? Just start with 1,000 rupees safe or just figure out what a demat is. Do you think that influencers do little bit of that? Or do you think, they should start learning from the very basic about each and everything before they even start investing? Isha, your point of view on this.
Okay. So first of all, I would like to share my personal experience about FOMO.
Right.
So, back in college, everyone around me was, trading, doing FNO and everything. So, it it somewhat made me feel behind, and I thought that I might be losing out on something very big. But then here's what I realized afterwards that it is just about learning something on your own at your own pace and not just what you see what others are doing is meant for you. So you rarely see the picture, like the everyone shares their wins but never the losses. Only a few of them share their losses and just talk about it freely. So I felt that FOMO very much in college, but then I realized that it is just not for me. Trading is not for me that much, and
But how did you come to know that it's not for you? Trading
because
is
then
a
I
quick money,
yes,
right?
yes, it is just quick money, and then I realized that I am learning something very very different, and it is just investing and not trading. So that while learning CFP, I learned that, and I think it is better that I come in this field and not that, which I understand more and relate to it more.
Yeah.
Sunita, ma'am, your
I,
opinion on influencers.
yeah. Yeah. See, I'm not judgmental about the influencers because under the title of influencers, the best of the best coaches are also labeled that they are the influencers. No, they are real good coaches, also real good people who are doing a lot of justice. It is those people who are not of that background or who are not regulated, they are disturbing the entire knowledge economy. But otherwise, the real ones are really doing a lot of good job, kind of a thing. They're teaching the power of compounding. At least the basic things are doing it. What 10 years ago, it was very difficult for anybody to learn everything. You don't know which door to knock, you don't know where to talk, kind of about it. But fortunately, things are very beautiful now. Everyone are learning it. Yeah, the best thing is that the person should know from where to learn. The moment he or she picks up, कि यहाँ से मुझे पढ़ना है, या यहाँ से I should pick my knowledge, follow that path, kind of a thing, and right or wrong, you just follow that and you reach to your goal. When we go to multiple people, read multiple things, then it actually messes up our head, kind of a thing.
But
Then everything looks right.
how will a Gen Z know what to learn before going to know where to learn? Because finance is a very vast subject apart from FNO trading and all. How will he know what to study first? Isha, how did you tackle what should I start learning in the field of finance? Is it because JP Morgans and all these companies, they do always attract you, but for
Yeah.
your personal journey or for your friends' personal journey, how do you suggest what from where should they start the finance journey?
Okay, so what I started when I felt the FOMO and just to learn something about new and whether I should invest in this product or not, what I did was I actually had a process that I would ask questions to myself that does this apply, or actually does this align to my goal? Do I understand this product or not? And also I just didn't invest because somebody else told me to. I learned about that. I researched about it, and I also went for the balanced views, like pros and cons ka, I did. And I also checked with like multiple sources, like I googled it, I researched about it, and I just took my time for it. So yes.
Yeah, I would like to add few lines to it. What Isha did was like she is learned few things on her own. Unfortunately, she took the decision of having a concrete and a complete program. Had she had not dwelled on this path of CFP or doing a complete program, she would have still continued that for the next 3-4 years, kind of a thing. So the earlier the person realizes that I have to do one complete program, sorry, unless the person realizes that he has to do one complete program, this will be on the longer journey. The quicker the person realizes that he has to do a concrete program, the better he is. That is my take on it. Yeah.
So I'll tell you
Eventually, all
my
of us will learn.
I
Yeah.
because I'll tell
So,
you my journey. I made losses in each and every instrument. Then I got to know that certain things are not mine because I had the flexibility of handling those losses. Because when I was 22, I knew okay, maybe let's try FNO. I'll make a certain loss. Maybe okay, this is not for me. I'll do straight stock trading. I got to understand, ki, okay, I cannot spend the whole day looking at it. So maybe that's not my thing. So do you think somebody who is very young, he has the capability of making a certain amount of losses so that he knows what to start? And as Sunita ma'am said, ki they should do a proper structured program. So suppose if I'm an engineer, I have a regular job. I don't want to focus on a full-fledged finance program. I would rather ask my friend कि बता दे कि उनसे stock में invest करना है rather than doing a full-fledged program and then doing it. So what is your opinion on it, Sunita ma'am?
yeah, so see, probably I've been through the route of learning and coaching, so I feel it very dangerous to learn in tits and bits. And your friends, what has worked for the friend may not work for you. So that way, you may feel on upfront that I'm very smart and I've picked up on stock and it has given me the rightful gains. But down the line, sometime or the other, one wrong decision will happen. You may lose it the money. So that time, it's not the money loss. Money loss can be recovered very easily later on. It will be your emotional loss which will happen or the intellectual loss will happen. So the moment you have that loss, you start telling 10 other people that, oh, the stock market is like this, there's a lot of losses, it is a gamble. So not only you tell it about yourself, your mindset is also fixed. You tell to 10 other people. So that is a wrong message it goes in. So the earlier a person recovers the risk with a learned coach or a person mentor along with him or her, the better it is, because it is not just learning how to drive a car. Anybody can learn, So, but when you start it, you have certain precautionary things. In the same way, you should have certain precautionary things where we know what is my risk appetite, below which I cannot lose beyond 1 lakh rupees or I cannot lose beyond 5 lakhs rupees. If you have that stop losses kind of a thing, then you can focus your energies on better things that way. That's
Isha,
my
your
take.
opinion on this?
I would say, actually, I completely agree with Miss that you have to set a certain limit to what you are doing. So I feel that you can, if you learn something, you have to implement it as well. So while implementing, you can also set aside some amount if you want to experience trading and certain other products also. So you can just set out some amount and then you can play with it, like you can trade and you can have the experience, what it actually is and what you can learn from it practically.
Yes.
So
Right.
I'll add one more line to that. I feel the quicker a person realizes that this is not meant for me, the better it is. So
yeah.
if they say, is this job meant for me or not? The quicker you realize it, the better it is. Are you a person who can do a job or you're an entrepreneur? The quicker we realize it, the better it is. If you realize it after 3 years or 5 years, it's again, as Isha says, the time loss is happening, not the other monetary loss. The time loss will also happen. And
Right.
money ka bhasha to everyone has to learn. It's a universal language, whichever way you have to learn. If you want to build a wealth, you have to learn. Cook, reading books, watching podcasts, learning a program, whatever it is, spend some weekends on this, at least structured 4 to 8 weekends if you do it. It's sorted, kind of it.
So, Isha, do you get this question from your friends or family? Ki, just tell me which stock to invest in, or what is trending right now? Where should I invest? Just a random vague question. And how do you deal with those questions, being a finance professional yourself now?
Yes, so I get these questions a lot actually right now when I'm completely focused on this field. I get these questions a lot, and people ask me कि ये वाला scheme कैसा है, this fund is
Right.
better or not, should I go with it or not? So I just say that it is up to it is up to you to learn something new. It actually, you should research about it and not just ask directly to anyone and just follow them blindly. And it would be not right that I would say कि ये इसमें तो invest कर ले, and the things like that. So I would not say directly कि तू इसमें invest कर, तू इसमें invest कर. So I would not do that.
Yeah.
I
Because
would just
in
say to research it on your own and just try it, find it out what works for you and for your goals as well.
Yeah, because I have seen somebody who's in finance field, they don't upfront and come ki, invest in this XYZ field and then you
Yeah.
make 2x money. But somebody who's like an IT engineer or somebody who has learned a little bit about it, will say ki, I invested in XYZ at 120 rupees, now it's at 360 rupees. I have multiplied my money so much. So sometimes I feel ki maybe I should not even enter into that conversation. I feel it's no point of telling them. I would rather suggest that you make your losses and then you realize what
Yeah.
shouldn't have happened.
Learn from your mistakes.
The
Right.
silence is the golden word. And as you rightly said, Pratik, even for me, people will straight away say, so you tell which stock to invest. I said, oh my God, is this the question which you can ask? You should know whom to ask what question. So
Right.
that is a very random and a very generic kind of a thing. In fact, the way Isha has said, ki go and explore. No, I'll show them the tools. Ki, okay, these are the tools. These are the frameworks. Go through that. I'll show the pointers. The kid do this one. So then what happens? The interest is generated. The moment the interest is generated, then they come back to you with the intent of learning. So if you just give them to go research on your own, they may go scattered and they may actually devalue you. They may think that, okay, she's not knowledgeable. That's why she's saying go and research kind of thing. I feel the other way around, you teach them maximum. Teach 80-90% you teach. Okay, these are the funds, this is it, that is it. Ultimately, they'll come back to you. So 90% you will equip them 10% they'll come back to you, you know. So I
Yes,
think
now
even
I'll
as the
do that.
yeah, because that is the way the investors look upon to you,
Hmm.
because they feel that I can do it on my own. Okay, do teach everything, everything. How much ever they try, they will never come up to your level kind of thing. We have
Hmm.
a feeling that if I teach everything to the investors, they'll run away and they can do it on their own, do the direct plans, everything. No. For small transactions to 2,000, 5,000 SIP, they can do it. But if somebody is sitting with, say, 5 crore of money, which he has got it via inheritance or something, he will definitely come to people like Isha and all the CFPs.
Hmm.
So what are people actually jumping into right now? Are they exploring crypto a lot these days, or do you also face people who think, investment in real estate and gold is the only investment? All of this is just time pass. Do you also face such situations in your career for both of you? Isha, let's start with you.
Okay, so I have come across a lot of people, going in various products right now. Uh, because of social media, everyone has that awareness of what are the products and how they work. And I would say they are not, they are actually focusing on trading and investing on their own rather than going to a, professional. So I feel that is not wrong, but you should also research on your own. You actually, if you don't have the full time to do the research, you should actually go to a professional for the advice. And yes, you should actually learn some things on your own rather than just listening to everyone. And because everyone is not what everyone says is not meant for you.
Yeah. Even I would also like to add a few lines, you know. So till now, what we were thinking that I can do it on my own, because a lot of the messages are going around. If you do it on your own, you'll save a lot of money and the commissions will be saved and your wealth will be saved and all this. And that is one thing. Second thing, what is coming up, all this artificial intelligence has come up and all the tools are available. I can do my own portfolio. It gives me all the information. Everything is there. So somehow it is creating a bubble among all of us as a human beings. We are also getting that bubble that I'm already intelligent. So even if I'm sitting in conversation with Isha, she may be knowing more than me. But just because I have run through certain AI tools, I feel that I'm more intelligent than her. You know? So somewhere the cracking will eventually happen. You know, eventually they'll start burning the fingers. They will understand that financial investment is not just a finance investment; it's more of an emotional decisions. You know, when the emotions plays on it, as Isha has written a very beautiful article in her SunYta magazine about the behavioral finance of all
Yeah.
the aspects of it. So that clearly says how the behavioral pattern of the investors, that makes more sense than which product, what the markets are doing, and this, that, all the talks. They will mellow down. You know, when actual the transact the when you have to switch on the button to invest, then I think they will come. Yes, we have to have the advisors come what way.
Yeah.
Right.
Agreed.
So, since you touched on AI in finance, Isha would like to understand how is everybody using AI in finance these days? Till what extent are they using AI?
Mm. So I have come across a lot of people, searching about how that product is and, what stock is good for me. Is this scheme right for me or not? And the what I have researched also actually, and just to see that, how the AI responds and how much information it actually gives. And people of my age actually are much more into AI right now. And now that people have come are aware of AI with the stock market and the stocks, actually they are exposed to so much of information at the same time that they might get confused at some point. But then with AI, they can also get some clarity about how that stock is, and you can do your own research with that. It is
Right.
good also, like it is good and bad.
Right. So, are people actually building a platform or a backtester or some product, or are they just asking, how is this stock, or how is this fund, or how is this product? What is the extent of AI usage that you have seen among your friends or peers or generally this age, 21, 22 to 25, something like that?
So actually, AI usage is actually started right now. I have not seen much people actually invest, by just researching on AI, Peter, because I have what I have seen much right now is because people have social media awareness, and people talk about investments, talk about mutual funds and everything. So I think if one influencer have talked about this one scheme, people would go and invest in that scheme. So what I have seen more is that of the social media presence rather than AI.
Yeah.
And
No,
Sunita
I
ma'am, how
I
do you
see.
feel when somebody says ki AI to free hai, I can do it on my own cooking? What is
Yeah,
your answer
um,
to them?
I would 100% applaud him. I said, ki, yes, if you have learned AI, teach me also, because even I want to learn that AI thing. And what I have realized of the process is that it gives us the right framework. The things which you have to write it down, or the prompts which you have to give it up, and the architecture framework which you have to do. Even for example, for the financial plan, the comprehensive financial plan which you prepare for the clients, that can also be structured. But the original blueprint that has to be there inside the brain. Inside my brain. So it is in a way enhancing our creativity. It is giving us that creative designing is what we are saying, the architecture behind it. So slowly, all the planners, we are all evolving as not just planners, we are becoming the architects. We are becoming like the architects of the wealth management as such. So we are giving a clear-cut blueprint for where they have to follow, take it forward. And yes, even AI is also saying that you have to always consult. If you can see, niche mein they write one line, consult your advisors. So that it is good. A 90% job, even if it has done 10%, if somebody is helping you out, life is easy for everyone, for the planner also, for the investors also. So I think it's a beautiful ecosystem is coming up that way in terms of all the uh, technology is coming. So that will be part of us. How we take it forward in our life is where is the next step of our research.
Right. I just also wanted to touch on certain one topic. Now since social media has come up and now that is a very big buzzword, people are also creating careers out of this content creation and not just getting into a full-fledged job. So is financial planning different for them compared to a proper salaried person?
Yes.
Sunita ma'am, you can start with you.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm very excited about this because I've seen that I'm observing how it is. So financial planning, what we have learned or we are learning it, it is for the structured person having a fixed salary, fixed income, and fixed expenses kind of a thing. So the maths behind it, it evolves in the directions, and with certainty we could make out how many months of emergency fund has to be there, how many even the goals are certain. After 10 years they'll go abroad, and all those things were certain. But as rightly Pratik has told us, now the careers are also a zigzag careers. That is the new word which is being coined up, because the jobs, people take the break on the jobs, either by choice they leave it or by default they lose the job. And there is a gig economy coming up, kind of a thing. Sorry, gig economy is coming up, where a lot of people are doing multiple jobs and there are multiple streams of income is happening. So when there are multiple streams of income is happening, again, with the prototype has to be different, how we'll be analyzing the cash flows into different buckets and how we'll be putting it in different ways. Even the expenses will be putting it in different buckets. Similarly, as we go forward, we will map the goals in different directions and we'll take slow and steady. Maybe what was long term was 15, 20 years before. The definition of the long term may not be 15, 20 years. Now the definitions may be 10 years kind of a thing, because that is how we are evolving. So I think we are now coming up with a framework and we are going to cater to this entire new economy where it is a multiple income stream with the multiple expenses and multiple dynamic goals, not a static goal. The goals are changing. Even like young couples, before marrying only, they are thinking how to design their financials first. How whether to have the child. Before the child is born, they are taking up the decisions. What should be the financial planning for the child as such? Whether they should do it or not do it, whether they should do it after 2 years. So that is actually has come down in a very nice way. So we as a planners, we have to understand the life design first. When we understand the life design, then the maths behind it can be worked out. Without understanding the life design, it's no point. Whether I can work till 60 years or whether I live till 90 years, we do not know as such. So I think we have to understand all the things, not just the investment products. I think the taxations is an important subject which all the financial planners are mastering, and the estate planning, that is the need of the hour, how the entire wealth has been transformed to the next generation. So that is a very, very big aspect, I said. So CFP is not just the talking about the products or something like that. There's something beyond all those things. I think the investors, the day they realize that CFPs are much, much bigger than Konsa stock, Konsa fund. I think that's the best way of taking things forward. Yeah.
So I think from all the conversation, what I feel is to anybody who's watching, if whatever age group you might be, spend a little time with a financial advisor. You'll understand how broad a finance is, and finance is not just a joke where you invest 10% or this is the thumb rule, you have to invest this much. Come sit with a financial advisor, he'll tell you what all the aspect of it. Isha, do you also tell this to your friends as well?
Yes, I completely agree with you. Actually, every person should go once to the financial planner, identify their goals and how the whole thing works. Actually, they should be aware of it much more than what stock to buy and what fund to buy. For my generation, financial planning in general is very important, I feel.
Right.
Yes.
I have one controversial question. So somebody who is in 20 to 25, should they sit across a financial planner who is of the same age group, or should he listen to his parents and go to some experienced financial planner? What is your opinion? Isha, let's start with you.
Okay, so I feel that me being in this generation, people, I would say people should come to me because me or my generation financial planners, because I would relate more to them, and the thinking matters differently rather than us. An elder financial planner explaining them what financial planning is and their goals. So I feel that I would relate to them more, and I would understand them better, and I would give the financial planning and or the advice much in a detailed format, according to their lifestyle, which I can also relate to.
But
Yeah.
people say, no, अरे इसका तो experience नहीं है, मेरा 30 साल का experience है, I'll tell you where to invest and all. Ma'am Sunita, ma'am, how? So do you feel कि do advisors also have a behavioral bias towards their clients?
Yes. Yeah, I was about to say that while we have been talking a lot about the behavioral biases of the investors and they have a pattern, I have observed that there is a lot of psychology of the advisors also which works. So they also have a certain pattern. They have evolved over 20, 30 years. They have seen a lot of the markets moving up, down kind of a thing. So their mindset also influences a lot. So every person who is choosing the planner, he or she should be there next to him or her for the next 10 years. It should not be some very much who's 30 years above you kind of a thing, who may not be around when you actually need the advisors 30 years down your line. So the choice of the advisor should be very close to you. As rightly Isha has said, who understands the mindset, understands the aspirations also. Not just outrightly saying that कि नहीं foreign में पढ़ना नहीं चाहिए, India में सब कुछ है. Not like that. So we don't want that philosophical decisions kind of a thing. We want financial decisions. Somebody who's reaching up to the planner is reaching for the financial decision, not the life decisions. So even as a planners, we have to also play our role very accurately. Like we should not over jump and give other gyan also, other aspects of life we should not give. So
Right.
I think we have to learn to stay away from that lines, drawing the lines carefully.
Mhm. So I'll say a statement. You just respond with agree, disagree, or depends. And if you have an explanation, just a one-liner explanation. I'll ask the question. Isha, you go first, and then Sunita, ma'am, you go next. Okay. So the first statement will be, you need a high income to build wealth.
Okay, so I disagree on this because I think starting small but starting early makes a very big difference later in life, building a financial free life.
I would also disagree. I feel that starting small, it sets the mindset and the discipline first. Eventually, the things will happen. So I disagree.
Right. So investment early is overrated. People feel they should enjoy first and then start investing.
Uh, Depends. Actually, it should be a balance between both. So I kind of disagree on this because there should be a balance between both enjoying life and investing for it later also.
Right.
Even I disagree because I believe that investment is dependent upon the time frame of investment and not the age of the person. It doesn't matter whether the person is 22, 25, 35, 40, but the number of years the person is going to invest, that matters. So it depends more upon the time horizon, less about the age of the person.
So fin influencers are helping more than harming. Is it true?
Mm. I think both because it actually depends on who you follow.
I think they're helping, at least they're sensitizing the audiences, and audiences are more smarter. They know who is the right, who is wrong.
Okay. And credit cards. Are credit cards dangerous? So,
I disagree. I think people should be wise enough to use it and not just use it blindly.
right.
Yeah. The same thing. The credit cards are friendly when you know how to tame the use of it.
So you both mean to say it's not just about investing in equity debt. You should also learn how to use the credit card to your benefit as well. That's a
Yes.
separate
Not,
big topic. We'll talk about it again. Yeah.
not just credit cards, EMI management, debt management.
Yeah.
That's a more powerful learning should happen before learning investments.
I heard it somewhere. Somebody said ki investing in equity won't make you rich, but learning how to use debt will eventually make you rich. Is that something you both agree on?
Mm,
Yes, to an extent, I would say yes to an extent, because what happens when you pick up the wrong EMIs, a lot of dent happens to your income. So you're left with less surplus. Even if you have the intent to invest, you're left unguarded kind of a thing. And EMI is a long-term commitment, which you cannot come out of it very easily. Yes. So learning the debt management first is more
mm.
important to build your surpluses.
Okay.
Isha, you can add to it.
Yes, I actually agree because learning debt management before investing is a crucial part in life because once you know how to manage your debt, your EMIs and everything, I feel it is much more. It brings value to the table.
Exactly.
Now, okay. Next, Gen Z is financially smarter than previous generations.
I kind of agree because they know what they want and how to manage finances as well.
Yeah, I agree because now the technology tools are very easy to invest and easy to do. And very nice learning tools are available so that the decisions also happens faster. The intent of the investment is number one. Next, the ease of the tools which is making them invest. And the third one is to be on their own. So the entire responsibility is shifting onto their shoulders. There's no blame game message. So I think they are much smarter and they're getting the best of everything right now. In fact, we are in the beautiful space.
Okay. So we'll move on to the rapid fire. This is just this
Yeah.
or that, no explanations. We'll go with
Okay.
Isha first, then Sunita ma'am, right? And keep in mind, this is for the younger generation, and you can also have your personal opinion, doesn't matter, okay? So the first one, SIP versus trading.
SIP.
With
SIP,
crypto, is it an opportunity or distraction?
Kind of distraction.
distraction,
Emergency fund first or investing first?
Emergency fund first.
emergency, come what may.
A rich life or aesthetic life?
Rich life.
Aesthetically rich life.
Mm.
Spend, okay. The next, spend, save, which one should they do? Spend or, one second, sorry. Spend or save?
Um, Both should be balanced.
Yes, it should be balanced.
And should you invest first or close your debts first?
Close your debts first.
Both of them together.
Right. So that was the end of rapid fire. So we'll just have one closing sentence statement from Isha, one closing sentence statement from Sunita. So, and before that, one final question. What is the one money belief Gen Z should unlearn immediately?
Okay, so I feel that they think retirement is too far to, think about it right now. They should actually start the day they start earning. Just start early.
The same thing. Have that key retirement corpus is misunderstood as it is a long term. Sorry, it is misunderstood. It is meant for elders, but actually it is meant for the Gen Z. The moment that retirement corpus is sorted, rest of the life dimensions get sorted, kind of. So I think we should unlearn the fact that it is very far off. जब होगा तब देखा जाएगा ऐसा नहीं. It will come very fast without them knowing as it.
I agree because regular investing, matters much more, than waiting for the right moment to invest.
Right. So I think that's almost the end of it. There are obviously many other topics. We will also have another episode of investing, Gen Z investing with Isha and Sunita. Before closing, any one message from both of you towards the younger generation? Should anyone can start?
Ma'am, you can go first.
I think the Gen Z are the persons who requires less advice. They require more support. They require more nudge in taking it forward. And if the parents of the Gen Z are there, they should also learn to stay at a distance, not meddling too much, not fearing that they are going to make the mistakes. No, maybe you can give them a support to a certain extent, but not too much of meddling. Too much of meddling actually deters their mindset as such. So, as the parents of the Gen Z, I feel they should be more supportive in developing the next generations because on their own, their development is maybe not easily possible. But the right supportive, the previous generation comes up, they'll be doing awesome in their life. Yeah.
I agree on the support part actually because a lot of information is out there. So I think support plays a major role in their lives because if you support them, they might be less confused than they are right now.
Exactly. Okay.
Right.
The,
So
the
we had
family
a really
decisions.
we
Sorry,
had
sir.
a really wonderful, fruitful conversation. And so thank you for joining. We'll see you again next time.
Yes.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Pratik.
you
It
so
was
much.
really wonderful. Thank you so much, Pratik. It was really wonderful. And I'm sure audiences who are listening to our conversation, there's definitely a takeaway ahead. And I wish everyone a very happy journey of wealth creations.
Sure.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pratik, so and Sunita ma'am, for having me here and giving me this big opportunity to come here and present and are doing a podcast here. So thank you so much for it.
Thank you so much for staying with us till the end of this episode. I hope you're walking away with at least one insight that you can apply, whether it's your business, your client conversations, or even your own financial journey. If you found this valuable, I would strongly encourage you to explore what we are building at SunYta. Head over to sunita.com to check out our financial education programs designed specifically for advisors and professionals who want to grow beyond just product selling. Also, do visit sunyitamagazine.com. It's a monthly financial planning magazine where CFAs, CFP, CAs, and industry experts share real insights, real experiences, and practical ideas to help you evolve as a financial professional. If you ever thought about contributing, becoming an author, or even work with us as a wealth coach, we would love to hear from you. Thank you again for listening. See you in the next episode.